guess the weekly question, do you know anything about your waiver yet?
As of right now, no, but I think I would get an answer this week.
And following up on that, obviously your feelings don't matter about it to an extent if you get what I'm saying, but are you confident that you'll get that next year?
Yeah, I've trusted in Jesus Christ that, the waiver is approved, so yeah, I have faith.
Good to just be back in game mode, have something to kind of look forward to after these couple weeks off.
Can you repeat that?
Just happy to kind of be back in a game week mode, have something to kind of now look forward to after these couple weeks off.
Yeah, definitely. Watching, the conference championship weekend games, I was like, dang, we should be playing in the SEC championship. And I wanted to play football that weekend. And, you want to play football as much as you can. You want to rest your bodies as well. But, I'm a competitor. I always want to play football. So it's good that we're playing this weekend.
Having watched film of them since that game in week 4, how have you seen Tulane's defense evolve over this time?
Yeah, Tulane, they were never a bad team. We just got the better hand of them. They didn't really play that well the first time around, and we played really good. And they're just a tough team, really physical on defense. Coach Summerall's a defensive coach, so I know the defense will be ready. Their quarterback's pretty good as well. So they're rolling right now. They just won their conference, so we just got to expect them to be, at their best.
Trinidad, I saw where you had 2 first-place votes for the Heisman. Did you know either one of the people that voted for you? Have they contacted you? And were you surprised when you saw the list come along, the voting?
Yeah, that was sweet to see. 2 first place votes. I didn't even know that. I got 2 first place votes, which was dope. But no one has contacted me that hey, I voted for you. I didn't even know they could do that. But yeah, that was really cool to see.
On the waiver deal, is it? I don't know. How tough is that to just put it in the Lord's hands when quarterbacks who get Heisman votes, they generally get life-changing money. That waiver, I imagine, means a lot to you.
Yeah, definitely. Plus, I feel like it would be great for another year to, develop in college football. I obviously was playing D2 ball a lot of my college career. So, transitioning to the NFL, playing in another conference like the SEC would, benefit me for the next level. And it is kind of tough. It's been kind of stressing me out recently, but, I just got to put it in God's parking lot, really.
Have you heard from the NFL at all? I feel like sometimes they kind of give guys general ranges, or I don't know. Have you heard anything on that?
A little bit. I have people that are, connected with the NFL and, have been talking to some NFL teams and GMs. But my focus right now is obviously the playoff. And when that time gets there, if the waiver gets approved or denied, then we can move forward on whether or not what I'm doing. So,
kind of to that point of if you get that waiver in another year, have you been able to sit down and talk with John David Baker, either when he has been here, or how have those talks gone?
Yeah, I met with him when he got here on campus, and it was a great conversation, just trying to get to know each other. He was saying that, the offense that he does is very similar to the one that we do here, so that was good to hear. And then, yeah, we were just talking like regular dudes, trying to get to know each other. We'll probably get dinner, grab some food to, further on that conversation, so that's great.
What's it been like for 2 weeks with Pete leading the rooms, the meeting rooms, all the stuff practices? Has there been much of a change, or has he put his own spin on it? What's it been like, in your opinion, with him leading the way?
Yeah, PG and Coach Kiffin, 2 totally different dudes. Coach Kiffin was kind of more quieter, more soft-toned. PG's kind of more rough, very emotionally talks to the team. But yeah, PG's done a great job. Not a lot is different with, how our schedule has been and how our practices are. So that's kind of good that we're on the same track of how we've been the whole season. But yeah, PG's very emotional, and he's a player's coach, to be honest. So that's been great.
Does preparation look different at all for this game in terms of, since you've already played these guys, you kind of, I guess, have a feel for their defense and how they kind of want to run a notion in as well? What kind of does the preparation look like for this week?
Yeah, playing a team twice, it's kind of hard to prepare for them the second time just because you don't expect some of the stuff that happened in the first game, because they're going to watch that tape and, correct what they did, and we're going to do the same. So just watching the previous games that they've been playing in versus North Texas, and just kind of see what they've been doing and what's been working for them down the stretch of the season. So just preparing for them as normal as we can. So
I wanted to ask you this after the Mississippi State game. We weren't able to talk to you, but you have a really good confidence in your tight balls. And when I say that, in maybe throwing in tight sub, deep coverage or double coverage, even some guys that may look like they're not open, where does that confidence come from in your ability to have great accuracy in your arm and maybe get some conversions on third down when you need to?
Yeah, as a quarterback, I feel like you can't have any indecision on when you're throwing the ball. there's going to be tight coverage, there's going to be loose coverage, but whatever decision you do, you just got to go with it. Whether that's, tight coverage or not, back shoulder, or, got to slip it in cover 2 versus a whole shot. But yeah, I always have trust in my receivers to make the plays, so my decision isn't because of that. So I just have to be decisive on, all my plays and all my throws. So just confidence as well too. So
Pete was just in here, and he brought up, like, man, the first thing I noticed about Trinidad was his willingness to go from being the guy at Ferris State to go in a room where he's not starting as the one. And I guess, none of this is possible if you weren't willing to do that. I was just curious, was that hard 4 or 5 months ago to actually decide, hey, I may go here to be a backup?
yeah, it definitely was kind of different. But when I was at Ferris, I was majority of my time there like the backup, and I was always competing for playing time. So me coming here off a season of me being the starter and having a great year was definitely kind of different at first. But wherever I was going to go, whether it was Ole Miss or anywhere else, I knew I was going to have to compete with the other quarterbacks in the room. So I just couldn't really focus on that or kind of get mad at, hey, why is this quarterback here or why is he there? But just put my best foot forward and put myself in the best position possible to be successful and to just focus on myself. So it was a little hard at first, but just got to do your best.
Trinidad, if you do get that waiver, would you anticipate, if it's college, being at Ole Miss, or would you have to consider everything? Because that's part of it. It's all year to year. So what would be your considerations in that way?
Yeah, no, definitely. You hit it right on the nail. I would have to consider like what the best situation is for me, what I feel most comfortable with, who I trust the most, and just get a feel for every possibility really. So there's a lot that goes into that.
You talk about your faith a lot, and you pray with your mom before every game. That's gone kind of viral. What have you seen with this team through the Lord and through the faith of this team?
Can you repeat that?
Sorry, let me rephrase. What have you seen faith play a part of this team? Have you seen it at all, or is it a big deal here?
Yeah, definitely. Before the season, there was a lot of doubt in this team. A lot of people thought that we would be like a mid-tier team in the SEC, and we've proved a lot of people wrong this year. And there's a lot of guys that have faith, and whether you're you believe in this type of religion or not, there's a lot of guys that have faith in who they believe in. And without the Jesus Christ, there's really nothing that we can't do. And we just have all our faith and trust in Him, and a lot of the guys lean on Him too. So that's what really makes Ole Miss special, and I appreciate that being here, because that's a big part of my life as well. And it's great to see guys follow that too as a season, because there's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be adversity when you play a long season, and just in football in general too. So it's great to see that.
You need to end on that, but I do want to ask you one other thing. From a self-evaluation standpoint, the speed of the game, you were concerned about coming in here in the SEC, and so you've now absorbed a lot of that. When you look in the mirror, how do you evaluate your season, just checking yourself out?
I feel like I've done a lot of good things right, and a lot of good things, and I made a lot of good plays, but there's a lot that I need to clean up as a quarterback. Being in the SEC, it's very tough, transitioning from D2 to D1, but that's no excuse. I signed up to play here. I know what it was going to come, and I knew what we were going to face this season. But, yeah, there's a lot that I need to clean up, whether it's deep ball accuracy, just communication with, some of the offensive linemen and the running back, and just executing when the time matters. So, there's a lot of things that I need to clean up still. Thank you, guys.